Welcome everybody to this demonstration. Shocking news. Say it ain't so. Celebrity images that might be in trouble. Y'all can tell by the thumbnail exactly where I'm going at with this demonstration. But before we get into this demonstration, let me read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything that you hear in this demonstration is allegedly only. It's only my opinion. It's only my perspective on it. All right. Salute to the replay gang. I really appreciate my replay gang. Salute to everybody that's watching from the clouds. Salute to all of my new subscribers worldwide. Salute to all of my moderators that hold me down. Salute to you, him, and her. Salute to the chat. Positive vibes. Sagittarius, Taylor XO, I see you. The Full Life. Yvette C, I see you. Sagas. '01, Spoken Facts. 80s Baby. I see y'all down there. Salute to my chat. Hopefully, YouTube won't mess around with my numbers. They've been messing around with my numbers when I go political. Maybe I was dropping too much political jewels for everyone. YouTube started messing with my numbers. So I said, let me switch lanes a little bit. You know, a few of y'all been asking me to talk about the celebrity gossip and all of that. So we're going to switch lanes and we're going to try to celebrity gossip and see if YouTube put me back in the algorithm. But that's what happens when you bring the heat. Y'all know I've been bringing some heat. But that's enough of that. Let's get into this demonstration. Now, what I want to talk to y'all about first, before I go any further, is something that we've been witnessing for a long time. So I just want to ask y'all, how do y'all feel about it? Drop a one. I want to talk to y'all about the dress. You know, men putting on dresses. Men, you know, in these movies wearing dresses. Do y'all think that that's something wrong? I mean, do y'all think it's a conspiracy? Drop a one if y'all don't like seeing men, particularly black men, in these dresses, starring in these movies. Drop a 2 if it really don't make a big difference. Positive vibes, drop the 1. Drop a 1 if you with positive vibes, if you tired of seeing these men in these dresses, in these movies. Drop a 2 if it don't make a difference. Now, if you're old enough, if you've been around long enough, I mean, I'm going to say pre-social media. If you've been around before social media came about, you pretty much know when it comes to men wearing dresses, that was something that used to be taboo. It was taboo. Many, many years ago, it was taboo. I have the pleasure of living that long to being around in those days when that was just something men didn't do in public. Black men, they just wasn't putting on no dress. White men, you know, Hispanic men, period. The only way you would see a man in a dress, he would have to be a drag queen. Taylor X says, I don't agree with it at all. So that's the only way you've seen a man with that dress on. And it was even so pushed away, like actually seeing it in movies and TV shows, it was unheard of. Now it was a show. How many of y'all remember the show with the two white men, Bosom Buddies? Drop a 1 if y'all remember that show with the two white men that wore the dresses, and that show was called Bosom Buddies. Saget says, in a movie, playing a role just like Tyler Perry isn't a big deal to me, but doing it intentionally and then trying to influence people is a no-no. And I feel you on that, Saget. For me, you know, I'm with Saget, I'm with Taylor, I'm with Positive, I'm with y'all. It's like, I disagree when you're trying to push a certain narrative, all right? Like the Medeas. Salute Powder Girl. Salute Powder Girl. Powder Girl says, who is the biggest celebrity you met? Also, if you could hang with one celebrity for the day, who would it be? That's a good question, Powder Girl. That's a good question. The biggest celebrity that I met, so I met Slick Rick. I met Juvenile from Cash Money. I met Kate Michelle. I met Snoop from The Wire. I met Charleston White. I met Trey Chaney. And the list go on, but I'm gonna have to come back to you on that, Powder Girl, because I got to get back to my demonstration. But as I was saying before, like with the Tyler Perry movies, you know, I get it, you know, but the Madea, after a while, me personally, I got tired of it. Now, I do want to give Tyler Perry a big shout out. I think Tyler Perry is one of the best filmmakers of our time, hands down. And a lot of people come for Tyler Perry because of the Madea movies and, you know, certain stereotypes that go on in our community. However, he made Daddy's Little Girls. That's my favorite movie from Tyler Perry, Daddy's Little Girls. Drop a 1 if y'all saw Daddy's Little Girls. That put me in the mind of myself many, many years ago with me and my children. So I can't just say those are the only movies that Tyler Perry made, buffoonery movies, you know, and the typical Medeas. So, you know, I got to give Tyler Perry a shout out. But for me, as a man, I don't want to see these type of movies because, hey, let's just be honest. You know, men shouldn't wear dresses. I'm just keeping it 100 with y'all. And I know some of y'all will debate me, and we can take time in this demonstration to debate whether or not men should be allowed to wear dresses. When you go into any department store, when you go in any store that sell men clothes, you have never saw one dress in any men's department store. Can somebody prove me wrong? I'm going to say it again. You have never saw in any men's department store where they sell men clothes at, you have never saw not one dress. Because dresses wasn't made for men. Certain things just wasn't made for men. Just like certain things wasn't made for women. And even though certain medical procedures, you know, a man can get done to carry a baby and bring a baby into this world, it was never meant for a man to produce. It was never meant, not produce, it was never meant for a man to carry a baby and bring a baby into this world. So it's some things that as people, we got to start looking at it. You know, we got to start looking at these things and saying what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Now, I'm going to start off with Wesley. Let's start off with Wesley. And y'all tell me y'all thoughts on this. It's an old one. But I want y'all to tell me y'all thoughts. Now, I will say that, in my opinion, Wesley did play this part very well. And that makes some people question his sexual preference, because he did play this character very well. But let's check it out. And I'm sure y'all have seen this movie. Many of y'all, I'm sure, have seen it. But now this is Wesley. What are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts? That's Wesley. Some people might say Shank. And most men that put on the dress, most of the men that wore those dresses and played those roles, most men said that they done it for the money, or either they wanted to show versatility. They wanted to show just how well of an actor that they are. I understand that. I understand that. Saget says, you forgot to mention Trap Money Benny, Shank. Talking about stars you hang out with. I still have the interview you had with Juvenile on my phone, though. Right. I got a lot of video. I met a lot of celebrities. Like I said, I'll come back, because once I start talking about the celebrities that I met, then I'm going to drift off. But I will come back to the celebrities that I met. Powder Girl says, just a tremendous actor playing a part. And I have to honestly say, he did play this part. I can't take from him. He did play this part. Let's just watch a little bit of it, y'all. Let me go ahead and give y'all a little bit of it. And y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me if y'all agree with me and Powder Girl.
How are we going to know where we're going, okay?
Instincts, my dear.
And exquisite wit. Darling, if you're going to become a drag queen, you're going to have to learn these things.
What do you mean, be a drag queen? I am a drag queen.
Oh, no. You'll simply put a boy in a dress. When a straight man puts on a dress and gets his sexual kicks, he is a transvestite. When a man is a woman trapped in a man's body and has a little operation, he is a transsexual. I know that. When a gay man has way too much fashion sense for one gender, he is a drag queen.
What are y'all thoughts? Salute, Candace. Salute, Candace. What are y'all thoughts? Do y'all feel like Wesley nailed it? Let me run a little bit more.
Thank you. And when a tired little Latin boy puts on a dress, he is simply a boy in a dress.
I'm just a boy in a dress.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's it. That does it. I don't need you. Maybe there is a picture of somebody here, but that's fine. I don't need that.
Look at her running like she running across the border. You have the potential of a lifetime and you are squandering it. So what do you care? Yes, you will start off a mere boy in a dress. But by the time you're done with this crusade, your Auntie Vita and your Auntie Noxie will give you the outrageous outlook and indomitable spirit that it will take to make you a full-fledged drag queen.
Now let me ask y'all, why don't white men get the same kickback when a white man puts on a dress? Why is it only a black man or a other colored man? You might get the Mexicans. You know, if a Mexican man wear a dress, you know, the Mexican community will make a big deal. Why don't the white community make a big deal about white men wearing women clothes and playing these female roles? Why is it only black men, Mexican men, and other non-whites that run into these problems? Salute, Marie. I see you, Marie. Salute. Candace says, I mean, of course, they're boys in dresses. Salute, Pablo. Pablo says, start prepping. Something big is coming. Candace says, I think what it is the psychology part about it. White men and other colors have been doing it for years, and then when the black man do it, it is a issue. That's a good point. That's a good point, Candace. How many of y'all agree with Candace? And are we making a big deal out of nothing? Are we really making a big deal out of nothing? All my LGBT community subscribers, you all are welcome over here. And I would like to hear from the LGBT community on this. How do y'all feel? You know, remember, everybody's opinion is welcome and everybody's perspective is needed. I think that's what makes a good conversation. I think that's what makes a good dialogue between people. Salute Open Eyes. Salute Coat Tan. I see you. Open Eyes says they don't think. Could we be just making a big deal? Candace says, well, every victim has a victim, and I think this is just simply a situation forced upon certain people. And that's a good point. You know, that's a good point. And then also we have to look at it, once again, we have to look at it as art, okay? When it comes to movies, when it comes to actors, when it comes to film work, I'm a film director. So I do understand when it comes to the actors, when it comes to film, when it comes to movie, it's a art. It's nothing personal, it's an art. Open Eye says, IG, it all depends on morality too. Some could be art, some deeper. And that's also true. It just depends on, you know, your morals. 10 mil, salute 10 mil. 10 mil says, yes, bro. Hope you are well, brother. I'm doing fine, 10 mil. Appreciate you for asking how I was doing. So where are we going to go at with this? Before we get any deeper into this, is it a big deal? Does when men put on a dress and they play these roles, does it hurt their career? What are y'all thoughts? Pablo says they are teaching our children this. Yes. Like I said, you know, I was born in the 70s. I was born in the early 70s. This was taboo. You know, this was taboo. Those that wore dresses, they were drag queens, and they had their own little secret societies. And, you know, I was born 72 too, Pablo. Shout out to all the 70s babies. Y'all know they call the 70 babies Generation X. Candace says, well, I'm not going to lie. I have asked several guys would they put on the dress as part acting, and they told me hell no. Me as a film director, I wouldn't put it on. And the reason why I wouldn't put it on is for my personal feelings. And like I said, you know, my childhood coming up, Saggers, I see you, Saggers, Generation X. Shout out to all Generation X. Shout out to the 70s babies. Well, as far as hurting their career is what put them in the dress. So I doubt if it hurts their career. And that's a good point. And one thing that I do notice about when the black men put on the dress, the black men's careers go to another level. I will say that. Most of them, when they put on that dress, their careers went to another level. Or if they were in any kind of relations with the same sex in a movie or film, their careers went to the next level. Marie says, it was a problem for them long ago. They have had it bad for them. I love them, but they don't get no respect. And that's true. And that's true. That's true. So, do we have any Wesley Snipes fans in here? Drop a 1 if you are a big fan of Wesley Snipes. I see you, Abdul. I see you, Abdul. I had to switch lanes, Abdul, because I was dropping too much jewels on the politics. YouTube hit me in the algorithm. So I had to switch lanes and get on back to the celebrity gossip. Now, let's go to the younger generation. Remember, who was it? Young Thug? Help me out. Who was the first rapper? Abdul says, about time, I'm tired of politics. Candace says, right, a whole nother level. Miss Jam says, only New Jack City and Blade. I see you, Miss Jam. But that's where I was getting big numbers at on the political demonstrations. And plus, I was dropping some jewels, Abdul. But I gotta, you know, step away from the political demonstrations so I could get back into the algorithm. Because YouTube, I guess they figure he dropping too many jewels. We gotta hide him. Abdul says, yep, here comes my generation. Generation Z in the building. Shout out. A big shout out to Generation Z. Shout out to Gen Z. And I want to talk to y'all. Abdul, make sure you answer these questions that I'm about to ask you. Candace says, oh yeah, I definitely love Wesley Snipes. That's my boy. Now this is for Generation Z. This is for Abdul and all of Gen Z. Do y'all feel as though the generations before y'all failed at teaching y'all the right way? Positive says your head was shining too bright for you to. Positive vibes wouldn't be positive vibes if she didn't roast me. Abdul says you was making big numbers on politics with your boss. There they go. There go positive vibes in Abdul. I done got them started. There they go. There they go. There go my roasters. There go my roasters. But did we fail? Did we fail to teach Gen Z? Wait, what was the question? The question, Abdul, was, do you and the rest of Gen Z, Generation Z, do y'all feel like the generations before y'all dropped the ball? Do y'all feel like we failed to teach y'all? We failed to educate y'all? What are your thoughts? Because somewhere the ball got dropped. Marie says, Shank, when can we come back on the panel so we can voice something? Give me a minute, Marie. Give me a minute. I will be doing demonstrations where I drop the link and y'all can hit the panel. James says, yeah, we failed. I believe that, James. Candace says, yeah. I do believe that's why when I be campaigning for Sexy Red, salute, Raw. I see you, Raw. Appreciate you for pulling up. Abdul says, I feel like some millennials did too bad and then some millenniums did good. And that's a good point. But this is what I say when it comes to a Sexy Red. And this is my opinion. Sexy Red is nothing but Little Kim 20 years later. or 30 years later, if you look at Sexy Red, and if you backtrack, and if you look at Little Kim wore the red wigs. Little Kim wore the red fur. Little Kim, I mean, now, I will say this. Little Kim, she did have lyrics. I will say that. Raw, in my opinion, she don't got lyrics. I'd be a fool to tell y'all that Sexy Red got lyrics as far as being lyrical like Little Kim. But in my opinion, Sexy Red has enough confidence in herself that she's going to take whatever it is that she got and she's going to hustle it. I can't be mad at her. I came up in the game. I came up in that hustler's game. And one thing about a hustler can sell water to a whale. A hustler can sell whatever it is. If it's people out there that he could sell it to, if it's people out there that she can sell it to, a hustler gonna sell it. And that's how I look at Sexy Red. She just reminds me of a younger Little Kim. Y'all remember, like I said, I done a demonstration months ago. The rappers before Little Kim's time, they hated Little Kim. The generation, the strictly hip hoppers, the backpackers, because remember, let's go back. Let's go back in time. Before Little Kim and Biggie and them came, the rappers was rapping conscious rap. For Generation Z that wasn't around during those times, but just like now we got drill rap, well, it was a time when it was conscious rap. And the rappers, they rap conscious, meaning they drop knowledge. Y'all call it the woke community. But before social media, the woke community was called the conscious community. And that was the rappers. It was late 80s, probably early 90s. So when Little Kim and Biggie and them come along, this is why they didn't like Puff Daddy at first. Because Puff Daddy changed the whole game. So when Lil' Kim come along, Little Kim is dressing like a hoe. Little Kim is rapping like a prostitute. See, we got to call a spade a spade. Sexy Red is not the first industry plant. If some of y'all want to call Sexy Red an industry plant. She ain't the first one. She ain't the first female rapper that started promoting sex. And I'm going before Trina. Trina came after Little Kim. But let's go back to where it all originated from. Who was the first female rapper to rap about sex? Who was the first female rapper to dress like a prostitute, like a hoe? Lil' Kim. Lil' Kim. Now let's backtrack. But if you talk to the average person today from Generation X, they gonna glorify Lil' Kim, but they gonna shoot down Sexy Red. How can you shoot down one and not shoot down the other? It's like you got two sons. One of your sons sell dope. The other son is a stick-up boy. But you glorify your son that sell dope, but you disgrace your son that's a stick-up boy. They both in the streets. They both doing illegal activities. They both harming the community. Right, Rob, Foxy Brown too. So we just got to call a spade a spade. So why is it okay for us to glorify Little Kim, Foxy Brown and them, Trina and them? Remember, they hated on Trina. You think that they hate on Sexy Red. They hated Trina with a passion. And I'm going to tell you why they hated Trina with a passion. Because with Little Kim Little Kim was selling sex, right? But Lil Kim, you know, what they would consider to be, she had lyrics. Now, when Trina came on the scene, Trina was a down south rapper. Trina was selling sex, but they were trying to say Trina didn't have no lyrics. Trina went through the same thing 25 years ago. Trina went through the same thing that Sexy Red is going through today. The Strictly Hip Hoppers, remember, they were saying Trina, she ain't lyrical. Trina can't rap. Trina don't got lyrics. I'm just saying. So we gotta start calling a spade a spade. Now, we gonna go from Wesley Snipes to who was the first rapper. Y'all gotta help me out. Abdul, Positive Vibes, and the rest of y'all. Who was the first rapper that was rocking the pocketbooks, the lady bags, and, you know, dressing like a lady? Was it Slim Thug? No, it wasn't Slim Thug. Was it Young Thug? Y'all help me out. Who was it? Who was the first rapper that, I see you, it's me, Lisa. I see, who was the first rapper, the new rappers that was wearing the female bags and wearing the dresses and this, you know, dressing like a woman or female? Come on, y'all, help me out. Don't know about 80s, baby. Don't. Now I gotta find it myself. Now don't nobody know. Young Thug. All right, let's go to Young Thug. Abdul says Saucy Santana. I'm gonna say I don't know. Positive Vibes, Young Thug. I think. Okay, let's go to Young Thug. Drop a 1 if you a Young Thug fan. Where all my Young Thug fans at? Drop a 2 if you could care less about Young Thug. But I ain't going to lie, just my opinion. I like Trina, but her music sucks. Salute Trelane. I see you, Trelane. Trelane, a big hip hop fan. Talk to me about Young Thug, Trelane. And everybody, how do y'all feel about Young Thug? I mean, I know Young Thug is nowhere, but let me ask y'all first. Is Young Thug lyrical? I see you, Candace. Do y'all think Young Thug is lyrical? Do he have a flow? Can he flow? What are y'all thoughts on Young Thug? Do Young Thug have lyrics? Trelane says, I don't know about him or his music. Abdul says, nope. How many of y'all followed the Young Thug case? I didn't follow it. I followed it, but I didn't. How many of y'all followed that Young Thug case? Sagan says me. How many of y'all think Young Thug wore the dress for attention? Abdul says, I heard him on a feature on a song with Megan Thee Stallion. Salute RF. I see RF Shell. RF Shell says a little bit because of the corruption. Sagan says a show. How do y'all feel? Do y'all think that he wore the dress for clout? Candace dropped the 2. Do y'all think he wore the dress for an attention? I mean, don't get me wrong. It worked. It worked. Saget says for the money. It worked. We can't deny that. It worked. Let's find out why he wore the dress. And do y'all think that it hurt his image? Abdul says, what dress he wore, I never seen that. Salute Marie. All right, let's go, Abdul. Abdul says he never seen Young Thug in a dress. Now, this is T.I. This is T.I. asking Young Thug if he wore a dress for attention. Candace says, I definitely am not a big fan of Young Thug. J. James says, I think he just really liked that. That's a good point, though, James. Let's see what he has to say when T.I. asked him this question. Saget says he was skinny then. Let's see what T.I. has to say. But let's see what Young Thug has to say. Candace says, well, yeah, he can rap. I'm just not a fan of his image. I'm sorry, I'm just not. All right, let's go to T.I. and Young Thug.
That shit for attention, man. Hell no. You did that shit because you knew, man, ain't nothing nobody can say about me because I'm real out here and I'm thorough and this shit gonna give me a lot of burns. So I'm gonna do it. No. Okay, what you do? I bought these Mason Margiela ones.
They gonna run. This the real truth.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
The Mason Margiela, they match. That shit was just that simple.
And he keeping that shit. He keeping
that
up.
Nigga, man. Hey, look, man. I can't. Bro, they was not. For attention. This on Holy Bible. This on my kids. Okay. But it's on the Holy Bible. I trust your word, nigga. You ain't never been nothing less than 1,000 with me, man. So I trust your word, man. I damn that.
So he say he ain't buy it for attention. Let's backtrack. RF says they stylist says you gotta wear this. The industry pushes the agenda. Candace says, me personally, I love everybody as long as they're not harming anybody. And I'm okay with the rainbow, but I just can't go past the dress. That's a good point, Candace. So he says he ain't do it for attention. Let's backtrack it.
Say about me because I'm real out here and I'm thorough and this shit gonna give me a lot of burns. So I'm gonna do it. No. Okay, what you do? I bought these Mason Margiela ones.
They gonna run. This the real truth.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
The Mason Margiela, they match. That shit was just that simple. Match.
And he keeping that shit. He keeping that
up. Nigga, man. Hey, look, man. I can't. Bro, they was not. For attention. This on Holy Bible. This on my kids. Okay. But it's on the Holy Bible. I trust your word, nigga. You ain't never been nothing less than 1,000 with me, man. So I trust your word, man. I damn that got the arguing when it first happened. Like, no, damn, Drake, what you talking about? What you mean?
Wow. Candace says, nah, he wore that dress because he's colorful before he even got in the game. J. James says, my daughters like his music. It's okay, but I'm 46 years old, so really don't care for the new music of today. Trelane says, I agree, RF. The agenda is definitely trying to be pushed. Rachel Mack, salute, Rachel, I see you. Rachel says, there is no comparison with Little Kim and Sexy Red. Sexy Red is just tacky, just Satan. So we found out, according to Young Thug, he ain't do it for attention. He said, it matched some shoes that he had, or some kids' shoes or something like that. Whatever the reason for him doing it, I'll say it again. It worked. Ain't no denying that. It worked. Now we're going to go to Saucy, whatever that is. That see, a lot of the new school rappers, the young dudes, a lot of them I don't know. It's me, Lisa says, a lot of them I don't know. I just basically know with Young Thug, of course, his court case, his court and all of that. But not only that, I think Young Thug the first mumble rapper? Who was the first mumble rapper? Y'all let me know who was the first mumble rapper. I think Thug was the first mumble rapper. Who was the first mumble rapper? I'm coming, y'all. Saucy Santana. Saucy Santana. How y'all feel about Saucy Santana? Or do any of y'all know Saucy Santana? Because one thing I can say about the dress works. Now let me ask y'all this. Now let me hold tight, hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight, y'all. All right. Let me ask y'all about this. Salute, Sharon. I see you, Sharon. Salute, Sharon. All right. Let's learn a few things. J. James says, looks like stuff Prince would wear. Now, let's stay on Prince. Let's stay on Prince for 1 second, and then we're going to go to Saucy, RF, and everybody else. Now, let's backtrack. Now, all my old timers, y'all remember how Prince was dressing. However, Candace says anybody that comes from the Birdman circle is color. For let's just keep it 100, all of them are colorful. That's true, Candace. That's true. But if we go back in time to the 70s, y'all remember how Prince was dressing. I ain't gonna lie. Prince, you think the youngins today, what's the female, what they call them, baddies? Oh, man. Prince had top of the line baddies. Marie says, what in harmony, Shank? Y'all remember, Prince had top of the line baddies. So, and y'all remember Prince wore makeup? Prince wore the scarf. Y'all remember? I ain't gonna lie, for a minute, I thought Prince went that way. It's me, Lisa says, nope, it's not the same thing. Prince was a rock star. But for a minute, it's me, Lisa. I thought Prince went both ways. But one thing about Prince had top of the line baddies. Now let's check out Saucy Santana. And he's talking about how P. Diddy tried to turn him out. Let's listen.
You know, this is still new to a lot of people.
Are you a cheater?
No, I used to be a cheater. I'm not a cheater no more.
Used to be.
I'm a truth teller now.
You're an honest man.
Honest.
Store and him and the man ran out naked, and I said,
You're Miami.
No, she don't.
Yes, she do.
What she said about you?
She said a lot.
No, she don't.
She got my personal business out there. That's how I started Crucial Please, because she just kept naming multiple men that I was there.
the door. If I watched the door and him and the man ran out naked, and I said that, ain't nobody told me that. I saw that myself.
Oh boy, hold on to your hats, folks. The rumors swirling around Diddy are starting to sound like a wild game of telephone. According to the grapevine, the rapper's supposed relationship with Young Miami was nothing more than a smokescreen for his secret romance with Saucy Santana. Talk about a plot twist. We all knew their relationship was unconventional, but this is a whole new level of...
What are y'all thoughts? Thomas says, Candace says, I don't care for Saucy either. Again, those guys do too much. Thomas says, P. Diddy ain't allowed in the hood. RF says, Saucy is way out there, too much, in my opinion. Sagas01 says, Prince was the man. Prince was in rock, and the white punk rockers wore makeup. That's true. But what are y'all thoughts? I mean, not do he have the girl clothes on. He actually is rocking the makeup. And this is Saucy Santana. But once again, it worked. All of this stuff worked.
Unexpected. People have been whispering about Diddy being on the DL for agent.
He got the nails. What are y'all thoughts? He got the nails. He got the whole package. It's me says Saucy can't compare. Let's be real. Saget says that's a bit too much. I mean, I'll say it again. It worked. Trelane says, who is Saucy Santana and what does he do? Let's find out, Trelane. Let's find out.
But is there any truth to it? Well, it's time to roll up our sleeves and dig deep to uncover the facts. Breaking news, folks. Diddy has welcomed his second child into the world and he's over the moon about it. He took to social media to gush about his expanding brood, saying, Mama Combs, Quincy, Justin, Christian, Chance, Delilah, Jesse and myself all love you so much. God is the greatest. Now, let's clear the air, shall we? Contrary to popular belief, Young Miami did not have any children with Diddy. But here's where things get interesting. The hip-hop tycoon's Lady Love has a different perspective on dating. In an interview with 50 magazine, she explained that she and Diddy are both technically single, but still seeing each other. We are dating, we're single, but we're dating, she said at the time. People don't know what dating means. He's single, I'm single, but we're dating. That's what I mean when I say we go together. When we're together, we're together. We're having the time of our lives, but we're still single. Sounds like things are a little more complicated than we thought. Everyone had their own take on the situation, and the reactions rate.
Damn commercials. Damn commercials. Salute, Linda. Linda says, the world is crazy. We need masculinity back. Rachel says, I just don't like the way the female rappers dress during their performances.
Relationship with Saucy Santana. One Twitter user even quipped, Diddy had a baby just caused me onto him and Santana relationship. Anyways, meanwhile, others suggested that Young Miami, Diddy's supposed main squeeze, might be feeling pretty blindsided right about now. One Twitter user hilariously commented, long while Diddy had a side baby on his allegedly not so side chick, but word on the street is that Diddy likes men, and was fucking Saucy Santana. Yikes, talk about drama. Diddy previously 2K'd to Twitter saying that Young Miami was not his side chick when the rumors got out of control. That Yuliani 305 is not my side chick. Never has been, never will be. She's very important and special to me, and I don't play about my shoddy walk. I don't discuss things on the internet, and I will not start today. You can talk the talk, Diddy, but your actions are telling a different story. In fact, there are some pretty wild rumors circulating that suggest your relationship with Young Miami was just a smokescreen for some steamy shenanigans with Saucy. You lay land, things just got a whole lot juicier. One eagle-eyed fan even pointed out that the signs were there all along, especially when you consider Diddy's affinity for men who like to dress up. Apparently, he once called up 50 Cent and asked him to take him shopping. I have been said this when it came out that him and Kersha was dating. Just look at how Santana came up on the clothes and jewelry dot. We all know how Diddy loves to take men shopping for clothes. Remember, Diddy asked 50 Cent can he take him shopping. Plus, Diddy had to give Kersha that talk show so she can keep her mouth closed. Well, 50 has exposed the incident as an irritating interaction that he had with Diddy when he was fairly a newbie.
I got uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago. At Chris Knighton's wedding, he told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like,
But we all know that Diddy does not bound himself to a relationship. He has cheated numerous times as well. In an interview with Young Miami, he refused to admit that he is a taken man. So he is.
We date. We're dating. We go have dates.
Hold up, did you know that Diddy has been shelling out some serious cash to his alleged side chick? That's right, rumor has it that he's been giving her a hefty allowance while she plays the role of his girlfriend. And get this, she once even threatened to break up their relationship when Diddy reduced her allowance from a whooping $500K to $200K. Talk about expensive taste. But despite all the drama, she seems to have some pretty solid advice for keeping men interested. In an Instagram live session, she suggested that you need to match their energy if you want them to stick around. Sounds like she might have learned this lesson the hard way. While she seems to be cool with Saucy Santana, things are definitely not as rosy with Diddy's ex, Gina Hine. When Diddy hosted the 22 Billboards Awards, Gina posted some photos of herself with him, including one where Diddy is kissing her on the cheek. Needless to say, his alleged side chick was not happy about it and the clause came out. Miami blew up on her and took on Instagram calling her an attention seeker. Somebody please give this BH some attention. In a reel of fighting posts, Miami called out Gina for clinging to her boyfriend cause she's desperate to be famous. Notice me please a BH, go sit down. We see you relax, it's okay. You've been just for years. You've been waiting on this moment. If he can't make you famous, BH, I ain't. Gina, girl, you can bark all you want, but Diddy is not hearing it. According to her, she was so in love with him that she couldn't stay away. Sounds like a recipe for disaster if you ask me. But it looks like Diddy's secrets are starting to come out. His former security guard, Keefy D, spilled some juicy details about the wild gay parties that Diddy used to attend with A-list celebrities like Will Smith. And
what's going on here? It's just a lot of weird, dude.
And if that wasn't enough, a transgender activist has exposed that Diddy has been using transgender prostitution services for years. Looks like he's been keeping his preferences under wraps for quite some time. And let's not forget about Diddy's alleged boy toys in the industry. YK Osiris has even alluded to the rumors in an interview with The Breakfast Club. Well, the fans believe that even though he did not downright confess, his body language confirmed everything for him. His facial reaction and body language confirmed it. It is so true, he literally feels it under his skin and is uneasy. Feeling like being cornered, he almost walked out. Jumpy guilty, he can't even look them in the eye and his hands are all over. I don't know what to do pretending to be busy like it has nothing to do with conversation. Don't want to be any part of it. Danny Boy, who's now openly gay, spilled the tea about his past rendezvous with supposedly straight dudes. However, he made it clear that he won't be outing anyone. But he's tired of the hypocrisy and discrimination against the LGBTQ plus community in the industry.
I did some things with, between me and the homies, and it would be considered gay.
But wait, there's more. Diddy, who's been rumored to be part of the closeted crew, was caught on video drunk and calling Fabulous Daddy in a seductive tone at a party.
It just baffled me how a lot of people turn it into hate when there's more people walking around that's gay than people know.
And I gotta agree with Danny Boy. Salute, Pretty Problem Nisha. I see you, Pretty Problem Nisha. Salute. I gotta agree with Danny Boy. There are more men walking around that go both ways than there are straight. There are a lot of men that preferences is other men. My opinion, there's nothing wrong with that. Whatever floats your boat, floats your boat. But back to the dresses. Back to, is it a good thing? Linda says it's because of propaganda. Is it a good thing? Because let's just be honest. We know that hip-hop runs the world. Hip-hop is the #1 genre of music, and it runs the world. Me, I've been around since the beginning of hip-hop. I've watched it. I watched the East Coast, West Coast beef. I watched how it went from up north, New York, Jersey, and Philly. I've watched how it went from up north to out west. Then I watched how it went back to the East Coast because of Biggie Smalls. Shout out to Biggie Smalls. That's why most New Yorkers consider Biggie Smalls to be the greatest rapper of all time. I can't dispute that. To me, Biggie Smalls is the king of New York. Biggie Smalls earned the Notorious B.I.G. Trelane and the rest of my New York family can, build with me or destroy whatever it is I'm saying. But yes, Biggie Smalls, the Notorious B.I.G. is the king of New York because Biggie is the one that brought hip hop back to New York. West Coast had it on lock. West Coast had hip hop on lock. I've watched hip hop over there on the West Coast. Then Biggie brought it back to New York. Then down south, took it down south. I watched hip hop. I watched a lot of transformations. And to this day, 50 plus years later, I still love hip hop. And the reason why I love hip hop is because I was blessed to be able to see rappers from all over the United States as well as the whole world. I have been able to see rappers put it down from where they from. Shout out to St. Louis. Shout out to New York. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to California. Hip hop. If we learn to embrace hip hop for what hip hop is a wonderful, hip hop is a beautiful thing. I can go back to when the rappers wasn't getting paid nothing but 6 cents. Rappers, yes, was getting paid 6 cents, 8 cents, 6 to 8 cents off of a $12.99 vinyl record. The rappers was only getting 6 or 8 cents. So I've seen it. And I say it again, I respect Sexy Red's hustle. I respect her confidence. Yes, Linda, it's an art. Hip hop is an art. So I respect the younger rappers. I respect Gen Z. I respect these rappers today. I respect they hustle. Ross says, I love hip hop, but not this new rap music. And see, hip hop is the music. Hip hop is what they wear. Hip hop is the swag, the style. Back in the days, it was style. Then it went from being called style to swag. Now the youngins, Gen Z got it. They call it the drip. You see, salute my boo. I see you. If y'all notice, each generation takes what the generation before them and they just take it to another level. Same thing. Y'all remember, what did we call drip? Go back. It was swag. Go back. It was style. Same thing. Linda says it's in the soul. Remember soul music. And that's from the brothers and sisters up in Philly. Philly, shout out to Philly. And this is what I'm saying. Each city, each state, they bring something to add on to this beautiful thing that we know as hip hop. It started in New York. Can't take it. Everybody know it started in New York. Sometimes I get in my New York state of mind. Sometimes all I want to hear is New York rappers. Sometimes I want to hear West Coast. Sometimes I want to hear down south. Sometimes I want to hear it all. Give it to me all. But we have to learn to embrace hip hop and learn to embrace each rapper that come before us. I ain't saying listen to them. I ain't saying you got to listen to them. I can't force you to listen to a rapper that you just don't like. Because I ain't going to listen to a rapper that I don't like. I don't care what you say. Cosmo Dave says gangsta rap destroyed the culture. Let's chop it up, y'all. Let's chop it up. Cosmo Dave says that gangsta rap destroyed the culture. Drop a one. Drop a one if you agree with Cosmo Dave. Drop a one if you think gangsta rap destroyed the culture. Drop a 2 if you disagree. Now, we gotta understand, a lot of people believe that NWA started gangsta rap. Raw dropped the 2. A lot of people believe that NWA started gangsta rap. Let's backtrack. We're going to backtrack. Let's take gangsta rap. Let's take NWA out of the equation. Linda says gangsta rap kinda made rap. Cosmo Dave says paid for by rich white Jewish men. Okay. Now, we're going to take NWA out of the equation, y'all. Now, this is before NWA came on the scene. You had rappers that talked about the gangster lifestyle. You had rappers that talked about the gangster lifestyle way before NWA came on the scene. Ross says gangster rap is its own culture. Cosmo Dave says the message, New York, New York. You had Grandmaster Flash with the message. You had Cool G Rap. You had Schoolie D from Philly. Cool G Rap was from New York, Queens. You had MC Shan. You had Just Ice. You had a lot of rap. KRS-One, because before KRS-One became the teacher, KRS-One first album was called what? Criminal Minded. And on that album cover, KRS-One, along with his DJ, Scott LaRock, they both was holding pistols. So, can we say that NWA is the creators of gangster rap? Can we say that? And can we say that gangster rap messed up the culture? Because as I stated before, rappers always talked about the street life. They always talked about the street life. Drop a 1 if y'all think gangster rap messed up the culture. Drop a 2 if you disagree. OG Dude dropped the 1. Linda says old school like Dre, Dreer, Tupac, etc. Linda dropped the 1. Cosmo Dave dropped the 1. And also Ice-T. And Ice-T was from Jersey, either New York or Jersey. But Ice-T was on the East Coast. Then Ice-T moved out west. So do we want to say that NWA started gangster rap? I'll leave that up to you all. Linda says, do you think it glorified criminality? Well, yeah, it did. It did. And most rappers, they glorified it. Most rappers. Most rappers glorified it. If you would like to support the platform, there are different ways you can support the platform. One way you could support the platform, if you would like to send a cash donation, my cash app is $ERICMCINT. If you would like to send a cash donation. Ross says, by the time NW came out, people in the hood were fed up and stopped sugarcoating what was happening. Raw, you couldn't have said it no better. Are y'all listening to what Ross said? You couldn't have said it no better. Ross says, by the time NWA came out, people in the hood were fed up and stopped sugarcoating what was happening. If that ain't the God's heavens truth. When NWA came, that's a good point, ain't it, Linda? Because when NWA came, they gave it to you raw. Like she said, NWA wasn't sugarcoating nothing. All the other rappers, I'm not gonna say all, because like I said, the Cool G raps, the KRS-One, but the majority of the rappers, some rappers, they were sugarcoating what was going on. But like she said, the hood was tired of it. You know what I mean? Because see, to me, the two greatest records in hip hop of all time, to me, the two greatest records, and there were many great records, but two, let's just say two of the greatest records that were ever made was Fight the Power by Public Enemy and F the Police by NWA. That right there, shout out to Public Enemy, shout out to NWA. That NWA song, F the Police, if you've never heard that song, salute John Horner, I see you, John. I suggest, matter of fact, you can step away from this demonstration. Google F the Police by NWA. Cosmo Dave says, no normal good person would want that job. Linda says, great song. Just listen to that song. Listen to the first F the Police song when Ice Cube was a member of NWA. They painted the picture so vivid. The lyrics, listen to the lyrics. Ice Cube, take the motherfucking stand. See, y'all gonna have me cussing, and y'all gonna have this demonstration not being monetized, but Ice Cube, take the stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, to help your black? Ice Cube says, you're goddamn right. Dre says, well, don't you tell everybody what you gotta say. Jury, Ice Cube come in. F the Police coming straight from the underground. A young got it bad cause I'm brown. And now the other color so the police think they had the authority to kill a minority. F that ish cause I ain't the one for a punk MF with a badge and a gun to be beaten on and thrown in jail. We could go toe to toe in the middle of a cell. Effing with me cause I'm a teenager with a little bit of gold in a pager, searching my car, looking for the product, thinking every nick is selling narcotics. That what was going on in every hood all across the United States of America. We were getting pulled over. College kids that was driving their parents' cars. We were black men, we were getting pulled over. All because they was thinking that every black man was selling drugs. He say, you rather see me in the pen than me and Lorenzo rolling in the benzo. All that was facts. Now we going back to the crack era. Linda says rap tells a story of what was happening at that time. That's facts, Linda. And that's the beef. And I'm with the old heads with this beef. This is the beef that the old heads, the older generations, this is the beef that we have with Generation Z. Where you at, Abdul? Where all my Generation Z at? This is the beef that we have with y'all when it comes to hip hop, when it comes to rap. See, our rappers, those rappers was telling stories. Along with telling stories, we were political. We were into social. We were into what was going on in the community. Salute John, 918 Oklahoma, Big Bad Oklahoma in the house. Shout out to everybody from Oklahoma. So when you go back and you listen to the NWA, F the Police, you go back, you listen to a Public Enemy, Fight the Power. Just listen. Salute Smoke. I see you, Smoke. Appreciate you for pulling up. So if the new rappers and if the young generation want to know what's the real beef, why the older heads is player hating, it's not that we player hating. It's just we are expecting. Appreciate that super chat, 80s baby. No rapping. Keep your day job, Mr. Clark. There they go. See, they love roasting the old man. You keep on roasting me, 80s baby. They love roasting the old man. But when you listen to the young thugs, when you listen to the new rappers, they not talking nothing political. Kendrick Lamar, shout out to Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, it's a couple of them that be dropping jewels, but majority of them, they get on them and they just talk about, you know, guns, talk about drugs, you know, talk about money and stuff like that. It's bigger than that. So just go back and listen to the rappers from the 80s. Listen to the rappers from the 90s. And you can hear what we are saying. You know, we talking current events. Like, you don't never hear rappers talking about police brutality and the different victims that lost their lives due to police brutality. See, as rappers, y'all supposed to be on top of that. Y'all supposed to be spitting about Breonna Taylor. Y'all supposed to be rapping about Sonia Massey and so many others. Candace says, and back what I missed. You missed a lot, Candace, but I'll catch you up. John says, brother, I'm 21. Brother and my dad, rest in peace. His soul had me on 80s and 90s rap, and I still playing it. Yes, yes. Appreciate that, John. Linda says, they play up their stereotype. I want to go to Sexy Red. Let's go to Sexy Red. And I want y'all to build with me with Sexy Red. 80s baby, you leave Sexy Red alone. Trelane says true. Shank old school rap told a story. Right. Now, this is what I have to give to my New York rappers. Some of the West Coast rappers, NWA, Kendrick Lamar, and Linda, you better not mess with my Sexy Red either. If anybody mess with my Sexy Red, if any of y'all start playing, hating on my Sexy Red, I'ma time y'all asses out. Y'all better not say one thing bad about Sexy Red, or you're going to have to answer to me. I'ma time you out. But back to what I was saying as far as like the New York rappers now, I have to give it to New York. Not all, of course. But the majority of New York rappers, they spoke on this. They later on, you know, your P. Diddy's and them, Biggie and them, you know, they had they, you know, street-ish. But the majority of New York rappers, they were conscious. And every chance that they got, they were dropping jewels. West Coast rappers as well. Don't get it twisted. Your NWAs and them. MC8 and them, they were dropping jewels too. In my opinion, that's what hip hop is missing. That's what rap is missing. It's missing those elements. The down south rappers, I love down south rappers. The down south rappers, they really showed us really how to make money. They came in and showed us how to make money. And I can't take that. We need that element also. So all of the coast, east, west, south, Midwest, they all brought some element to the game for us all to benefit. So shout out to all rappers, no matter where you from, all rappers. They all brought an element to hip hop. But let's go to Sexy Red. And remember, and I'm going to be watching the chat, 80s baby. If any of y'all say one thing against my Sexy Red, it's on. But let's check out Sexy Red, y'all. Tell me what y'all think. And I don't want to hear nothing about she can't rap, Shank. Damn commercials.
Rap girls to therapy or something, because it looks like they all having beef with each other, and it gets messier every day. This came after it was reported that Sexy Red and Doja got into it backstage while they was both preparing to perform at the Wireless Festival. This was a shock to a lot of people, including me, because Sexy and Doja never had no type of altercation in the past, so it's real unclear where all this mess came from, and why Sexy's first thought was to jump Doja the minute they set eyes on each other. One thing about Doja, she might be quirky and silly, but baby, she ain't gonna never allow somebody to press up on her and bully her. And she didn't waste no time in making Sexy aware of that. Now, if you
Drop a one if y'all think Sexy Red is sexy. And everybody better drop a 1. Drop a 2 if you think Sexy Red is not sexy. I better see the chat filled up with 1s. Drop a 1 if you think Sexy Red is sexy. Drop it. Then look at Trelane. Trelane, didn't I tell y'all? Then I say everybody better drop a 1. Drop a 2 if you think she's not sexy. You couldn't wait to drop that 2, could you, Trelane?
keeping up with Miss Sexy, then you know she's been all over the news recently for all the wrong reasons.
Linda, what I tell you, Linda, you ain't been in the chat but 20 minutes, and I'm getting ready to time your ass out. Linda ain't been in the chat but 20 minutes, and I'm about to time her ass out. John says you like Memphis rap like T. Yeah, I like Memphis rappers.
I mean, right from the start of her career, people barely had anything nice to say. But things have only been getting worse for her. And she's honestly not doing nothing to change folks' minds. If anything, she keep doing stuff to piss people off and enable the hate they already have for her. First, people was accusing her of making overtly explicit music and targeting it to young black.
What ain't sexy about her? Oh, Lord, positive vibes back. Candace says Sexy Red don't respect herself. Trelane says, I like some of her songs, but she ain't sexy. Linda says, I'll come back to haunt you. Look at her. What ain't sexy about this? Look, y'all. Look, she got the lashes. Look, y'all. She got her bottom lip pierced. She got her top lip pierced. She tattooed down. She tatted up. Tatted up. Y'all remember that song, Tatted Up? Look at her. She got the kitty cat ears. Linda says she ain't me. Candace says Kim don't respect herself either. That's true, Candace. That's true. She rocking the glasses. Look at her. Trelane. Where you at, Trelane? Look at her, Trelane. You know that's eye candy, Trelane.
Kids. And just recently, she was accused of being a member of the Illuminati.
Stop. I think you're going to want to hear this. Sexy Red was online and revealed to the world that she might have sold her soul. And some people think that she playing.
It's time for me to just keep it 100, child. Like, yes, they got me in this. I don't know. I can't get out of it. I'm getting too much money.
What are y'all thoughts? She's saying they got her. What do y'all think? Y'all think this clout? Y'all think this a publicity stunt? Y'all think it's clout chasing? Because she know y'all going to eat it up. She knows social media going to eat it up. What y'all think? Y'all think she clout chasing? Let's backtrack it.
Like, yes, they got me in this. I don't know. I can't get out of it. I'm getting too much money. I don't want to get out of it. That's what y'all want to hear now. I'm saying. They talking about stop playing. We just left this Hollywood party back then. This Balenciaga party. Uncle Balenciaga. Who is Lindsay? Lindsay cool. He cool. No, what he say? When you get your taxes, I bring me Balenciaga. Bring me Balenciaga himself.
And this is the Balenciaga part that she was talking about. With people like Kim Kardashian, Lil Wayne, 2 Chainz. Where she says, thank you Balenciaga for inviting me to the fashion show. And we already know what Balenciaga be on. Problem is people think these rappers be playing when they tell y'all the truth. Even down to look at what's on top of her head. People be thinking it's game when it's right in front of your face. She be getting too much money.
What are y'all thoughts? 80s baby says Sexy Red may be a man, but she definitely ain't sexy. She should change her name to Vomit Red. What y'all think now? Is Shank Rock on one? Is Shank Rock tripping? Did Shank Rock lose his rabbit ass mind? What are y'all thoughts?
He told you.
The accusations about her trying to push her crazy music to black kids started after she pulled up to 2 different schools to perform her very adult-rated music to the kids. What's even worse is that she pulled up smelling like weed.
So this school put me. I came up here, got you. Trying to talk to the kids, give them the word of the day. They don't put me off on me. So I smell like, watch this. He gonna try to get mad. Sure, nobody. They ain't come to see you, Otis.
People were obviously turned off by this nonsense, and it got so bad to the point that she and Lord Jamar ended up getting into some beef online because he said she was being used as a demonic instrument to ruin the black community and degrade black women and kids.
They were trying to bring her to a school to like talk to the kids, right? But she pulled up to the school smelling like, so they didn't let her in, and she got mad. And she got mad, so she went outside and opened the sunroof to the limo or whatever, and was like twerking out the limo while all the kids got.
Right now it pulls.
Positive Vibes has said that I'm on one and I'm tripping. Now, are they jeopardizing their images? Okay? John says Oklahoma to Texas, putting on for that big bad FSL Red Sexy. So there we go. We got some Sexy Red fans in here. 80s baby says Shank Rock is definitely losing his rabbit. Butt head, bald head, crystal ball, vomit, red, loving mind. Now it's getting deep. And now, could this hurt Sexy Red's career? Y'all let me know what y'all think. If we got some Sexy Red fans in here, let me know. Could this whole thing about her claiming to be in the Illuminati, allegedly, could her claiming to be brought, could this hurt her image? What are y'all thoughts? Could this be the downfall of Sexy Red? What are y'all thoughts? Let the old man know. Let the old man know, should he drop Sexy Red at the altar and keep mashing, keep pushing. What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's time that the old man give up on Sexy Red? Talk to me. Come on, 80s baby. Positive vibes and the rest of y'all, talk to me. Is it time for the old man to give up on Sexy Red? Y'all gonna let me down. Y'all can tell me. Y'all ain't been worrying about my feelings. So why y'all worrying about my feelings now? Y'all gonna let me down easy and tell me, Shank, it's time. Linda said yes. Y'all feel like Linda? Let me know. Is it time for me to move on past Sexy Red? Can I do better than Sexy Red? Linda says she ain't good for you. We all been down this road, Linda. We have all been down this road when we love the wrong person. We chasing after the wrong person. Linda says you need a real woman. John says, bro, she is saying she's an Illuminati, bro. Everybody that is an Illuminati, it is not coming out saying that it's clout. 80s baby says it's been past time for you to give up on her. She's trash. Linda says she's an illusion. Linda says we have to protect you. Damn, Sexy Red. You done messed that money up, Sexy Red, by coming out with that bullshit. Damn, Sexy Red.
You know, Sexy Red looked like the type of girls like back in the days, like you walk in the room and you be like, smell like somebody was here.
As if that wasn't bad enough, she came under fire for having multiple STDs and being an awful mom to her kids.
I came to work, he with me, baby.
Yeah.
And I used to like, let's take that. Yeah. Of course, but they don't choose me.
Okay.
So this what happened. He was in the car with her, and he like, I gotta use this to bust my hooks. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
So what's a bus?
Bust a jewel. A plate. I'm like, okay, go ahead, go hop in the car. So they got in a car accident. He left his phone in the car accident and left her at the scene. Because, you know, he can't be in the car. He can't get locked up.
Right.
So he left her. She went through his phone and saw a video of him eating my in the phone. And she posted it on the internet. I had before those twice.
Okay.
But
I mean,
never
that's the most pretty common.
Yeah, very common. This what happened. Me and my together. And we broke up because he was cheating on me. So then we broke up. Then I went and did me. And then he did him. And then we missed each other, came back together.
Something went right.
We both was like, what's this smell? Like, ugh, what's going on? So y'all both went to the doctor, went to the doctor together.
And when it comes to her apparently being a bad mom, those allegations have been going around for a while now because of her behavior and how she carries herself. However, it reached its peak a few weeks ago when TMZ leaked security footage of her and her crew getting into a fight at the airport. People accused her of not being a good example to her children and even asked for CPS to check on them. Stacey did not take these comments very well, and she wasted no time in clapping back.
Like, why she don't post her?
Damn, commercials. It ain't looking too good for Sexy Red. Trelane says she's a keeper. She makes hits. And that's true. I mean, she makes hits.
For CPS to check on them. Stacey did not take these comments very well, and she wasted no time in clapping back.
Like, why she don't post her kids? Why Why is y'all worried about my kids? Like, they right here cool, they fed, they clean, they good. What's going on? Why is y'all worried about my kids? Go have some kids and worry about them dirty. For real. Okay, I'm sorry, but they be pissing me off. Like, yeah, my kids is right here, they good. They always with me. Thank you.
What are y'all thoughts? Marie says she has lost your rabbit mind. What's she supposed to do with those kids? Don't she supposed to be an image and tell them what they can do and how she got there with where it go there and do the same thing?
Good and fed. Very, very well fed. A lot of toys over here, big ass house, we live in. Rich baby mama. So where kids at? My kids ain't got Instagram. Is you cool? My kids ain't on Instagram. They're not gonna be on Instagram. They don't have Instagram.
But it looks like all these back-to-back controversies just ain't enough for Sexy to pipe down a little bit and stop acting up. Cause she just got to trending again after it was reported that she and her crew attacked Doja Cat at the Wireless Festival in UK. It's unclear what exactly led to this altercation between the two of them, but some eyewitnesses who were backstage claim they had a fight over who was supposed to go on stage and perform, because the organizers of the show had to cut off the time that they both had to perform. Now, in case y'all don't know, the Euros 2024 was happening. As a result of this festival had to be cut short because folks were flooding the streets of London. One thing about the Europeans, they don't play about their football. So once people started flooding the streets, the festival was closed early so people could go home and watch the game. As a result of this, the time that the artist had to perform was cut a little short, and apparently this became a problem between Doja and Sexy backstage. They was allegedly throwing insults at each other, and at some point, Doja allegedly called Sexy a trans person. Child. The blind item who spilled this tea said the feline got into a fight at a festival with the Red industry plant and called her an undercover man. Doja Cat and Sexy Red Wireless Festival 2024. Now, neither Doja or Sexy came out to confirm these rumors, but they ain't deny it either, which was more than enough reason for people to believe it and start dragging Sexy for trying to book Doja. One person said, I don't see Doja having much respect for Sexy as a performer and an artist. Another person said, Doja probably was offended having to share space with Raggedy Red. So as y'all can see, people were on Doja's side because she barely gets into it with anybody. That girl minds her business, performs, goes on live, and that's just about it. So the fact that this is happening between her and Sexy makes people suspect that Sexy is probably the one who got to get disrespectful first. And according to multiple reports, Sexy thinks Doja deserved getting jumped because she's too disrespectful, and she wouldn't mind jumping Doja again. Chill. I just need to see some footage to see if they really got into it. But now I want to...
Marie says, Shank, please, my last message, please. She has lost your rabbit mind. What's she supposed to do with those kids? Don't she supposed to be an image and tell them what they can do and how she got there with it? Go there and do the same thing. It's not looking good for Sexy Red. So we covered Wesley Snipes, Young Thug, Saucy Santana, and now Sexy Red. Let's see who else we can talk about as far as are their image ruining their careers. Let's see. Because image is everything. All right. Let's go to the BBLs. How do y'all feel about females that get the BBL? Salute, Marcy. I see you, Marcy. Salute. Candace says, oh my God, I hate BBLs. and I ain't no hater because I have a butt myself. I'm not a fan of the BBLs either. You know, I grew up on natural. Candace says, but mine is natural. So I'm not a big fan of the BBLs. I'm not a big fan of surgery, period. You know, I got roasted all my life for having a big nose. You know, hey, Ross says I got teased for having something that people pay for. You know, hey, it's something. We all got something. Like I said, they cracked on my nose. To this day, if Pee Wee pull up, Pee Wee will roast me. He'll crack on my nose. Tommy will crack on my nose. So hey, but like Little Kim. Let's talk about Little Kim. Appreciate that, Linda. Linda says you look great as you are. Appreciate that, Linda. Candace says, I don't know why they think it looks natural. It looks like a box-made job. Like Lil' Kim. You know, now, when Little Kim went out like that with the surgeries and all that, I was like, no, Kim. And this is what I tell any female. And in my opinion, I believe that many years ago, I believe that females did do the butt implants, the surgeries and things of that nature. I believe many years ago they did it to get a man. However, I think today, because as y'all see, the women of today, they don't even really want a man. I think the women of today, I think they get these BBLs for competition against other females. That's just my opinion. Like I heard somebody mention, yeah, they getting them butt implants, they getting the BBLs for a man. No. I see you, Abdul. Many years ago, when I was growing up, in my 20s and 30s, yeah, the females was doing that to get the men. But the females today, they only do them BBLs for being in competition with other females. But let's go to the BBLs. Let's go to the BBLs. Drop a one if you think the BBLs are ridiculous. If you think any surgery on your lips, any body parts is ridiculous. All right, I see the ones. All right, y'all. Let's see what they got to say.
My face is snatched. I can't even open up my jaw or my mouth to talk.
In the current era, the allure of plastic surgery has led many individuals, inspired by celebrities, to undergo cosmetic procedures without thoroughly considering the risks involved.
A Dallas woman died weeks after preparing for plastic surgery in Mexico.
Unfortunately, this trend has resulted in numerous people placing their trust in unqualified plastic surgeons, leading to disastrous outcomes. Tragically, some have even lost their lives or suffered permanent disfigurement due to botched surgeries. Join us in today's video as we explore 45 celebrity plastic surgery disasters, shedding light on the consequences of hasty decisions in pursuit of youth and glamour. Number 45, Pete Burns. Pete Burns, the iconic lead singer of the British band Dead or Alive, was famous not only for his music, but also for his extreme dedication to plastic surgery. Throughout his life, Burns was driven by an insatiable desire for perfection, which ultimately drained much of his savings. His journey into cosmetic procedures began with routine surgery to fix a broken nose, but this ignited a series of enhancements as he became increasingly obsessed with achieving a striking appearance. Burns underwent nearly 300 surgeries, an astonishing number that left many shocked. While most people find it challenging to recover from a single major surgery, Burns endured a relentless succession of procedures, often complicated by infections and other issues. Despite numerous warnings from doctors about the dangers and futility of his obsession, Burns remained steadfast in his pursuit of aesthetic perfection. Sadly, Burns's life was cut short by natural causes, ending a remarkable and tumultuous journey.
She knew all about film, makeup and prosthetics and stuff like that and what they used to do in those days, and she taught me all that as a child.
Number 44, Monique Allen. Monique Allen, who was born a man, struggled her entire life to accept her body as not being true to who she really was. Seeking balance between her physical looks and her emotional self, she looked to cosmetic surgery's transformational power. What had begun as a self-improvement quest quickly became an obsession. Monique had an incredible 100 procedures to reshape her physique, motivated by a combination of desperation and desire. Seeking expedient remedies, she endured 75 subterranean procedures, introducing an astonishing 12 liters of fillers into her anatomy.
Wow. Wow.
She acknowledged having multiple surgeries done, including 9 breast augmentations and 24 nose jobs.
I mean, oh man, wow.
In one interview, Monique's health declined, and her once vibrant spirit turned into a frail existence as the number of surgeries increased. She was stuck in a vicious loop and looked for new surgery to fix the problems and defects from earlier ones. Looking back on her overabundance of surgeries, Monique regrets deeply and wishes she had never had so many. Her innate beauty has been marred by the treatments, and she is now listed as disabled. She is barely a shell of her former self, needing assistance with even the most basic activities, like walking.
And I was putting gas in my car, and I had a long jumper skirt full with no panties on.
Number 43, Lindsay Colosimo. Lindsay Colosimo, a 38-year-old woman from Florida, decided to undergo several cosmetic procedures, including a tummy tuck, breast reduction, and bum lift, as her 40th birthday approached. She aimed to enhance her appearance, unaware that this decision would lead to a traumatic experience. After a grueling 5.5-hour surgery, Lindsay awoke in severe pain and confusion, with no medical staff in sight. Alarmed by numbness in her legs and a suspicious black spot.
And she looked nice. I mean, I believe this is before. She looks nice. She looks nice.
Beneath her bandages, she realized something had gone terribly wrong. Lindsay was diagnosed with necrosis, a condition caused by tissue death due to injury or poor blood supply. Her situation quickly deteriorated, requiring corrective surgeries to address the spreading infection, including the removal of her nipple and milk ducts. Even after returning to the U.S., her ordeal continued with new wounds and signs of infection. She sought urgent medical help, revealing a bacterial infection that necessitated further procedures to save her life. Despite facing an overwhelming medical bill, Lindsay survived, albeit with scars and a long road to recovery. Number 42.
Lord have mercy. Come on. Lord have mercy.
Hang Mioku. Hang Mioku, once a successful model and singer, became obsessed with plastic surgery at the age of 28, driven by a desire for flawless skin. She even moved to Japan to undergo multiple procedures. However, her relentless pursuit of perfection eventually led...
Are you serious? I gotta backtrack this, y'all. Are you serious?
Driven by a desire for flawless skin. She even moved to Japan to undergo multiple procedures. However,
Are you serious? Now, she went from this. She went from this to this.
Her relentless pursuit of perfection eventually led medical professionals to refuse her further treatments. Upon returning to Korea...
You want me to pause it right there, Abdul? She went from this to this. I feel you, Raw. I think the doctors, and I know they're going to say, but she signed the consent form. I still think I'm with you, Raw. I'm with you. Even though they signed a consent form.
Hang's transformation was so drastic that her own parents couldn't recognize her. Although she initially sought psychiatric help, she soon abandoned the sessions and searched for a plastic surgeon who would continue her treatments. She found one who provided her with silicone injections and supplies for self-administration. When she ran out of silicone, Hang resorted to injecting cooking oil into her face, resulting in severe swelling, scarring, and disfigurement. Her plight drew public sympathy, leading to donations aimed at helping her restore her appearance. Despite undergoing 10 surgeries,
she went from this. She's a cover girl. She's a baddie. She's a baddie. She's nice looking. To that.
only some of the substances were removed, and the size of her face was reduced. Now in her 60s, Hang works in a second-hand clothing store and relies on state assistance. Number 41, Rachel Napier. Rachel Napier, at the age of 29, attended a gathering advertised as a Botox and filler party, enticed by the allure of affordable lip enhancements. However, her decision to participate would soon lead to unforeseen and life-altering consequences.
They be nice looking women. They be nice looking women.
During the procedure, a mistake by the beautician resulted in filler being injected into an artery, triggering immediate complications. Rachel woke up in agony as her lips swelled to 4 times their normal size, even touching her nose. Rushed to the hospital, Rachel encountered medical staff who were stunned by the severity of her condition, as they had never witnessed such a reaction before. After confirmation from 3 doctors that the filler had been wrongly injected into an artery, Rachel was faced with a difficult choice: either remove the filler or risk losing her lips altogether. Enduring a lengthy and painful procedure, it took over 3 months for Rachel's lips to finally return to their normal state. However, Rachel's ordeal did not end there. Her journey was marked by continued pain, uncertainty, and physical discomfort. Nevertheless, she bravely shared her story to raise awareness about the potential hazards associated with cosmetic procedures, becoming an advocate for safety and responsible beauty practices. Rachel tirelessly campaigned for stricter regulations and launched awareness initiatives, including petitions aimed at banning unqualified individuals from performing aesthetic procedures and engaging in advocacy efforts with government officials. Through her advocacy, Rachel aimed to prevent others from facing similar challenges and suffering similar consequences. Number 40, April Michelle Brown. When April Michelle Brown decided to get buttock injections from an underground practitioner, her quest of beauty took a horrifying turn.
Damn, say this ain't so. Say this ain't so. Nice looking woman, y'all. Nice looking woman. I see you, Abdul. Nice looking woman. Say this ain't so. Let's listen.
She had no idea that what had seemed like a simple procedure would turn into a nightmare that would end with the amputation of her hands and feet.
Damn.
April sought out this operation because she wanted to improve her appearance, not realizing the risks that could be hidden beneath the surface. The application of industrial-grade silicone, similar to that which is found in bathroom sealants, resulted in significant damage and put April's life in danger. Her experience serves as a warning, highlighting the serious risks connected to unlicensed plastic surgery. Giving in control of one's health to inexperienced people can have disastrous results, as April sadly discovered. April had an incredible 27 procedures in the wake of the incident to remove the impacted areas and stop the illness from spreading. Even though she was dejected, she showed incredible fortitude by avoiding giving up. Rather, she used prostheses to adjust to her new circumstances. Number 39, Laura Avila. In October 2018, Laura Avila, a 36-year-old real estate agent from Dallas, Texas, traveled to Mexico for cosmetic surgery. Her destination was a clinic in Ciudad Juarez, where she had scheduled a nose job and breast augmentation. However, what started as a routine trip soon turned into a harrowing ordeal. During the administration of anesthesia, something went terribly wrong, and Avila suffered severe brain damage. She slipped into a coma and was subsequently transferred to a hospital in El Paso, Texas. Doctors discovered that she had experienced multiple cardiac arrests and had been deprived of oxygen for an extended period. Despite undergoing
Wow. I don't know if I can continue, y'all. I don't know if I'm going to try. I don't know if I could continue watching this. I'm going to try, y'all. Damn. Ladies, love yourself. Ladies, love your skin. Love your body. And fellas, too. Love that skin. Love that shell that you was born with. I'm going to try, y'all, but this shit right here, damn.
that she had experienced multiple cardiac arrests and had been deprived of oxygen for an extended period. Despite undergoing numerous surgeries and receiving continuous care, Avila never regained consciousness. Her family faced the heartbreaking decision to remove her from life support, and she passed away on November 24th, 2018, just days before her 37th birthday.
Damn, and she was pretty. She was pretty, y'all. Damn.
Avila's tragic experience serves as a stark reminder of the risks associated with seeking medical procedures abroad, where standards of care and regulation may not meet those in the United States. The clinic where Avila underwent her procedure was not accredited by the Mexican government and had a history of complaints and safety violations. In response, her family filed a lawsuit against the clinic and the doctor responsible for the procedure, alleging negligence and malpractice. Number 38, Vishal Thakkar. Meet Vishal Thakkar, a successful businessman and devoted family man. Despite his achievements, Vishal grappled with a deep-seated insecurity about the shape of his nose.
Remember, y'all, I said that I got cracked on about my nose. Damn.
2006, he took a monumental step, opting for a rhinoplasty performed by a highly regarded plastic surgeon in Mumbai, India. What was meant to be a straightforward adjustment turned into a horrifying ordeal. Instead of the subtle changes Vishal had envisioned, the surgeon made grave errors, removing significant portions of cartilage and bone. Upon awakening from anesthesia, Vishal was shocked to find his nose entirely gone, leaving a cavernous void in his face. This botched surgery plunged Vishal into a world of physical and emotional turmoil. Endless infections, breathing difficulties, and a profound sense of loss became his daily companion.
Yeah, I'm with you, Candace. Damn. Damn. Those cases are sad. I mean, yeah, I did, Abdul. I did. I took Candace's advice. Damn. So as y'all can see, it just ain't worth it, you know, because in the majority, I think like 7 or 8 out of 10 women that get the BBLs, they experience all kind of, some of them experience odor. Give me a minute. 40, you ready, Abdul? If y'all would like to know the name of this, it's 45 celebrity plastic surgery disasters. 45 celebrity plastic surgery disasters. That's the name of the video. 45 celebrity plastic surgery disasters. But yeah, man, you know, you all kind of side effects and kickbacks from the BBLs as well. It's like, it just ain't worth it. You know what I mean? It just ain't worth it. Like, and like I said, many years ago, the women, they were getting the butt implants. They were getting the breast implants to try to get a man. You know? But today, most women get those BBLs because they're in competition with other females today. So we can't blame this. We can't blame the BBLs today on us men. Most women, 8 out of 10 women get it because they're in competition with other women. Look, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. I see you, James. Salute everybody. I'll see y'all back tomorrow. I might do something later on. I might. Not sure. But definitely I'll see y'all back tomorrow around the same time. I got to keep switching lanes until YouTube put me back into the algorithm. So ain't no telling what I'll talk about tomorrow. I might talk about the Young Thug. I might do something for Abdul and all of the Gen Zs. I might talk about some young stuff. Y'all ready? You ready, Abdul? Y'all ready? I just might talk about some young stuff tomorrow and bring a younger generation. What you think, Abdul? Salute everybody. I'll see y'all back tomorrow around the same time. Salute.